If you can see what's on my screen, assuming I do this in post or upload this raw, I don't really know. We're back.
Maybe not recording. I'm chewing food as we start this.
Thank you again for joining me. I am so sorry I dragged you into this, although it was your idea.
Well, we're back because this might be the Halloween chapter, and we figured we should do that for this week.
Yeah, remember when that prick said that there'd be Halloween elements, and then put a footnote that said, "I'm sorry, it won't be in this one"? Yeah, good shit.
There's no editing. All right, so for the sake of Halloween, we're gonna do chapter
8 into Scary Death Moten. Maybe it'll actually fucking appear this time. Who knows? Alright, I'll just jump into it, and as always, I'm going to attempt again to try and say all these words as they are written. So please forgive me. Jack Link entered the entrance. I already hate this. That is the most redundant fucking thing. Moving on. Of Death Moten, and got of Apoina. My mic didn't even want to cooperate there. He went to the door, O Death Moten, and Apoina got scared and ran off. If only I had my... Okay. Sure. I'm on board. If only I had my motorbike. That would get scared. Wait, that would...
Hold
on, ignoring that would get scared and run off? So he's implying the bike would make no difference. And that the bike is sentient. Okay, cool.
Clearly he is mistaken. Come on.
Jack Link gowled? Someone look that up. I don't think that's a real word. This is an evil place, Jack Link. The horse sniffs the evil and do not better than that Death Moten. Wait, what? Oh, I skipped a line. I'm sorry. And do not want to stay, Anouk said. Yeah, but it should toughen up. I think that Apoina would be braven that this seeing as she went will the quest with my bro Link. No, that's okay. You don't have to ask. I'm fine.
His brother, by the way, his brother is dead for the viewers.
Oh, right, yeah. If you haven't been following the airtight continuity here, Link is dead. This is Jack Link, his brother. We'll leave it at that for now, because really, it's not that relevant.
Cooler Link.
It kind of speaks for itself. Then it was enough talk. This is starting to feel meta. So Jack Link entered the Death Moten. It was hot and scary, but lost Serd. Jack Link looked into the darkness and said, "Come at me, bro," said Jack Link. Jack Link apparently likes talking to fucking nothingness. Then a fire bat attacked him. It was a giant bat. But Jack Link blew out of the air with his Shogun. You know Jack Link and his Shoguns. "You'll have to do better than that, Death Moten," Jack Link said. So now the mountain said to you too. Oh, I mean, I'm the Moten. I apologize. Then entered the main part of the Moten, which turned out to be a volcano. Or, for all you hip kids, the volcano. Aw, damn. Why do they have to be so misleading? If it's a volcano, then call it a volcano, not a Moten. I hate these names, and they are not cool, Jack Link said.
Such a bitch.
Then a ghost attacked him. "Ooh, I was killed by the evil dragon, and now I haunt this placid, and so will you," the ghost said. "I won't be beat so easy. Now time to toast a ghost," Jack Link said.
I figured he would just try to shoot it.
Jack Link logic dictates that we have to shoot ethereal beings. It makes sense if you don't think about it. And fired an... Oh, I'm sorry. It makes perfect sense. You see, he fired an anti-ghost missile at it. Now I understand.
Say that. Does it really say
It really says, I swear, it's right there.
Such an asshole.
You know the worst part? I expect this man to have thrown like a trademark at the end of it, you know, to really capitalize on the joke. Like, of course he had that on him. "Ah," said the ghost, and died again, going to the afterlife. I can't wait for the Halloween aspect, or is that it? Because there's a ghost.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the ghosts are only Halloween aspect.
Alright, making a bet now, not reading ahead. If that's the only reference to this being Halloween, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed off. I already am, but regardless. Jack Link then arrived at a lava room with lava monsters. Even my voice is cracking trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. And giant fireproof spiders. He had to think of a new strategy. Then he saw that there was a sign that said, "The weapon of this temple, which is what your is the freeze launcher from Duke Nukem." It's a good job I did this one before the water temple. Well, yeah, you know, logic dictates that's the correct order to do things.
Good job. He's congratulating himself.
He's congratulating himself for going in the chronological order that the game dictates. I did the temples in the correct way. Whoa. Jack Link sated. Then Jack Link went to another room, and it was a puzzle room where you had to align blocks to open a water and lava puzzle, which opened a time puzzle. The timed puzzle opened a clock puzzle and a whole load of other puzzles that would open the door to the freeze thrower. "Screw this," Jack Link said, and blew up the freeze puzzle door with dynamite. Don't ask where he got that. "I can't approve your methods, but if it works, then it works," said a Nook. Then Jack Link walked into the room like someone taking a Sunday stroll and picked up the freeze thrower. "Now I have the advantage," said Jack Link, and he went.
Why is the freeze thrower in a volcano?
Well, if you recall, dear viewers, they mentioned ice beats, and I have yet to see them. Yeah, is the village elder a fucking liar? Spoilers, like, probably. Just like the author. Even the author doesn't know where his story's going. He's just kind of writing. Then he used freeze thrower at the lava monsters, and they throws. Jack Link said, "Ulster Vista, baby," and shot them with his pistol so they died. Then he froze the fire spiders and killed them too.
He doesn't even take the literary mile and write that they froze, he shot them, they shattered, he shot them, they died.
No, what I love is that last I checked, they were normal spiders that were anti-fire. You know, they were fireproof. Now they're just fire spiders, sure. Then the door for the next room opened. That room was a skeleton army with swords. Yeah, it really is Halloween, I guess, huh? And after a tough battle, he killed them. I guess the battle wasn't that important to see. There's a lot of times where I just ask, what was the point of that line? And I don't think
it's cool.
It was a cool descriptor. Now you know that he killed them and it was tough. It was like Army of Darkness, but in one room. And Jack Link was shooting them with shotguns, machine guns, which, hey, he learned how to spell these, and rockets. I guess that Google Translate, you know, it's really working for me, the autocorrect. As well as grenades and plomsa. I take back my earlier statement. After Jack Link killered them all, he saw a puzzle machine. I hate puzzles. Oh, so he can't spell it right, but only when he feels like it. Oh, this guy. Said Jack Link, and hacked its terminal to activate cheat mode. Then he beat it. Then Jack Link saw an army of Frankenstein switches. I'm assuming that's Frankenstein witches, but I really don't know anymore.
Maybe it is the Halloween chapter.
Yeah, he's just throwing all the classic horror, monsters in there.
In Death Mountain, for some reason, we got ice throwers.
Excuse me, Death Mountain. He couldn't be bothered to get that correct. And he spelled it 3 other ways from Sunday. That form the experiment room. Brains, said them all. Jack Link loaded his minigun, and they had duel off. The Mosters knew how to use modern warfare, so it was no easy. But Jack Link knew better tactics, so he won. This whole chapter could just be, and then he did the thing. That's really what I'm getting. Are the viewers enjoying this pain and misery? I am not. Then the next room had Anne Black Cat, which worked for the witch. Because, of course, there's a witch involved. Why wouldn't there be? See you in the Shadow Temple, Jack Link. It said with evil and then teleported away. Jack Link then saw the mini-boss door and entered. I'm glad Jack Link just preemptively knows it's a mini-boss door, even though they look no different than normal doors. Good to know. There was a giant jack-o'-lantern. I am the mini-boss, Jack Link, and I am here to kill you. Do you have any thoughts on what kelling might refer to?
No, but imagine like identifying yourself as the mini boss.
I am the second in command of the Death Moten. Yeah, right? What a presumptuous tile. Oh, and he breathed fire. I don't think that was important, though. Jack Link deflected the fire using tricks. Didn't he have a fucking skateboard on him? But it wasn't enough, I guess. Then it shot lasers at Jack Link. So, Jack Link used his sniper rifle to shoot shots at its eyes. Then he threw a bomb into its mouth when it opened it. Very good, Jack Link, but try this for size, the lantern said, and flew around the room firing fireballs at Jack Link. So, Jack Link used the homing missiles to hit him, but the jack-o'-lantern was missile-proof. You have better than that. And what? I'm gonna reread that. You have to better than that, it said. I'm getting Rurouni Kenshin dub vibes from this.
Probably saying you have to do better than that because he said it like 3 times already.
Yeah, no, it's his favorite go-to, just to let him know he's losing a fight. Jack Link then used minigun, but that didn't work. What a luck, said the lantern. Then Jack Link had idea. It might just work, he said.
Is he setting quotes?
Yeah, he said it in quotes.
Great.
Of course, even Jack's inner monologue is talking to himself. Jack Link used the Feeze Thrower. It's no longer the Freeze Thrower. And it damaged the lantern. Well, try this now, hero, said the lantern, and it grew envious. The it started throwing bombs everywhere and shooting laced missiles. Jack Link was peppered, and he used more frizz, but it didn't work. Not going to work now, hero, the Jack-Lantern mocked. So, Jack Link put the freeze thrower on ultra mode, and it forced the lantern, so it hit the ground and became million piaces. Just wait till you face my bother in the shadow. I hate the self-referential fucking jokes where he just says the name of things in the game.
Also, the implication is that this dragon boss will fail, and then Jack Link will go on to the Shadow Temple.
You know, if he didn't spell bother and actually wrote the word he intended, brother, it implies that somehow the mini-boss from the Fire Temple, the Death Moten, somehow is directly related to the boss of the Shadow Temple. They're brothers. Good to know.
Yeah, what's the Shadow Temple standing on Fire Temple's toes? Like all these like mobs and enemies from there in here.
I guess the idea is that they're both in Kakariko Village, so okay, fair enough.
Okay, there's actual.
There's narrative connective tissue in one of Jack Ross's story.
He's thinking through. He's thinking ahead.
Jack Link smiled in a cool way to put on his sunglasses.
God.
I guess he took them off again off screen, and said, "Halloween's over, beach." Then he put a cigar out over over its remains. Jack Link then found the hidden Fire Temple strip bar, cause of course that's a thing, which was hidden in its depths.
Functional society.
It's not Goron sending you the Fire Moten. No. It was for human henchmen who got fed up with being in the temple with no company, so they just put a strip bar in. Yeah, makes sense. Jack Link, ignoring the fact this is part of an active volcano. Let's just forget that for a second.
Makes it cooler.
Ooh, it's hot in here, or that me. Jack Link came, moving on, and had a few bears. Gosh, fucking damn it. Then he had sex with many sexy, hot women.
You see, he's always screwing ladies.
No, I'm more upset that he preemptively wrote that Jack Link came. And then he had sex. So he had premature ejaculation. Great.
The author, Jack Russell, was sitting there writing this. He's like, all right. He bites the pumpkin, and all right, you know what? I need to get laid somehow. Okay, I'll put a strip bar in here.
All right, classy. Yeah, nothing's better than a strip bar and a volcano. Then it was through the door of the mini boss room. I remind you, that was the mini boss. Like, he's acting like this is a victory. It's like, no, you still have the main boss, dude. Was a bridge that went over a lava pit. Jack Link crossed it. Oh, wow, what a harrowing tale. I was on the edge of my seat. And was attacked by moblins. He fought them.
Okay.
And kicked many of the bridge. I assume he meant off. And got to the other side. Then a mentor ran from the other side at him. But Jack Link shot the bridge down. And it fell lava and burned. Then he saw a door with writing on it saying, Fire Temple Part 2 this way. Jack Link shrugged. Looks like this is going to be a two-parter temple. Last I checked, he
the fanfic's not ending. Is he like? Is this his cliffhanger for the chapter?
This is supposed to be the. Oh man, aren't you glad you waited? Like, well, we have to wait a year in real time for this chapter to come out. This piece of brilliance, and he's like, I'm gonna have Halloween chapter. And he has the gall, the fucking gonads, to say that this is a two-parter when the last chapter is branching off of this one.
Oh, so this is where the chapter ends. He wants a part 2 to the dungeon, just like the chapter.
He really wants to cock tease you. Will Jack Link have sex with more women next week? I mean, yes. Yes, that's a rhetorical question. Yes, he will.
Okay, so we had our Halloween chapter. Shall we review the chapter?
Of course. Where do we start? Where do we even begin? You want to take the floor? Because I think my brain checked out a mile ago.
Well, in him reimagining the Fire Temple from Ocarina of Time, I just like the line where it's like, there's a puzzle, but he hacks the puzzle because this Zelda character is like, puzzles are stupid.
He's deconstructing the Zelda narrative. He's saying, it's not about the puzzle, it's about the action.
You know what makes Zelda better? Less puzzles or miniguns.
Oh, don't forget your freeze launchers. You know, you gotta have your missiles, your anti-spider weapons. You know, you gotta have all the gear.
It's good that he references Duke Nukem because that's just like the spiritual character we're dealing with right here.
Personally, if we had to choose a favorite moment, I know the whole thing's our favorite moment, but I would have to probably go with the line, and I'm not really going to look for it right now, where he more or less has a sign telling him, this is the item for the temple you are currently in. Like, it just tells him that it's the dungeon item, and I love it. It's so stupid that I just can't not like it.
For me, it's when they were on the bridge and they fought.
Oh, you mean they fought? Yeah, that was really exciting. You know, he even threw them of the bridge, whatever that means.
While we still have time, let's move the discussion to Jack Russell and if he's seriously, serious about writing this stuff, or if he's just taking the piss out of us.
Dear viewers, if you've been keeping up with this, first of all, God bless you. You have too much time on your hands. The last chapter upload was way too long ago. Oh shit, we're doing these in the same time. Anyway, ignore that.
Do you think that Jack Link is ironic or mentally deranged?
Please.
I mean, Jack Russell. His name's Jack Russell.
Tell me down below. This irks me, and it's been irking us for at least 5 years. We still don't have a definitive answer.
I mean, I lean towards this is ironic. You can't, even an autist can write a fanfic and then say, you know what, I should probably spell check it now. You just typewriters this rapidly. It's like, all right, good enough.
What makes it dubious is that there are times where he spells words wrong, but he'll spell that same word correct later in the same story. Which leads me to believe either he's just slamming across the keyboard and autocorrect isn't catching him sometimes, or more likely, he's just intentionally spelling things wrong every now and then. But
hard to say. You want to consider this. Consider this.
Yes.
He's writing these fanfics super fast if they're this damaged and misspelled. But he takes how long in between them? What a jerk.
I know, it's just, fortunately for us, dear viewers,
Excuse me, what a hero.
thank you. Fortunately, this isn't the end for us. As you can see, we have quite a long way to go. But that's all for this Halloween, so thank you for joining us, and
thank you for joining the Jack Link Halloween special.
we are so sorry for subjecting you to that, but not too sorry, because we're going to be doing it again in a few weeks, so we'll see you at Chapter 9.
Love you.
Bye-bye!